We'll start in 1 minute here. All right, guys, let's get started here. Welcome to Wednesday's live session, November 5th. We're going to be talking about SPY, QQQ, all the goods, right? All right, let's get started here. So, we've been in a little down week, right? The last week started it and continue into this week. A little down week. Okay. We hit ES 20 SMA and the previous breakout right here at 6,800. 6,800, and we're holding for now. Okay. It's holding for now. Now, the big issue I have here is not so much on ES. Not so much on ES, but on SPY. But just go off. We got a bearish divergence on the weekly. Okay, right here. Got a bearish divergence on the weekly. Okay. We had a topping tail last week. We have a down day, down week this week so far. But we are holding support. We're holding support where it needs to, so this could be a weekly bull flag. It could be that. Okay. We got a bearish divergence on the daily. We tried to break out last week, failed. And we're still above 50 on the RSI. So that's good. Okay. Now for the price action, we had a strong breakout here. And we topped out at that 69.53.75, then came back. So now we're back testing that breakout here that we had right here. And so far we're holding. Okay, so far we're holding that area. So we're going to need to continue to hold this area. If we don't, If we don't hold this level, 6,800, then we're going to fall back into 67.56 and 67.10, which is going to be the 50 SMA. If that doesn't hold, then we'll be coming back down here to 6,600. Okay, 6,600. And then from there, if that bounces there, so if we just have like a straight drop down here, I think we would bounce at this area. But then that begs the question of we put in a head and shoulders pattern. Okay. So that would be the question of we're actually topping out at the top, right? Because if that head and shoulders pattern creates itself, then we'll have a problem. Because then that begs the question, okay, is it going to fire down? And if it does fire down, you know, are we going to go to this lower end of the channel here and then take off again? Or are we not going to fire it and we just consolidate until we get to the lower end of the channel here and then rally back up? So, am I 100% bearish? No, not yet. We could still turn and, you know, have that weekly bull flag and push. But are there concerns? Yes. Yeah, I said there was concerns last week, you know, and we're pulling back here, and there's still concerns. Now, if we hold this area and we push back up, I want to see us get back above 6,900. That would make me feel a lot better for the uptrend. But if we lose 66.90, that's gonna make me feel a lot worse. Because then that's when you tell me that we're gonna go into that head and shoulders position. So here we need to get back above 68.53, and if we get back above there tomorrow, that's gonna be good. And then if we get back above 6,900 this week for Friday, that'd be even better. Okay, so right now, you know, we either get back above 68.53 tomorrow while we're holding that 20 SMA, or we drop off and we're going to get below 66.90, because that's the only way we're going to go. We either break 66.90 and we come down here to 6,600, or we hold the 20 SMA at 6,800 and we push back over 68.50 and then get back over 6,900. And if we do that, bull flag is still intact. Weekly bull flag looks great, and we could potentially break out the following week and the week after that. Okay? If we drop down and we get to this level of 6,600, maybe 6,600, maybe a little bit lower, 65, 65.50 maybe, but I think 6,600 is a good area of support. There you would expect a bounce back up to about 67.50, and then set up for that head and shoulders position. But like I said, we got to see which way it goes. As long as we hold this level at 6,800, I think we're good. We're fine. But we're gonna see how the market reacts this week. This week on it. All right, let's go to SPY. All right, so SPY has that bearish divergence here. Okay, on the daily. Now, here on SPY, we have a monthly trend here, and we're at the top of that trend. Okay, we broke out last week. Okay, but then we gapped up this month. I mean, this monthly candle tried to break out. the weekly candle did break out, but we gap up this month. So this could lead into a bearish engulfing candle where, we could finish the month out down below 663. So that is a possibility. Or even finish the month down to 670. Okay, that's a possibility. Okay, just want you guys to be aware of that possibility. So here on the weekly, we could see that we try to break out of the channel. It failed. Okay, we have a bearish engulfing candle that is setting up for this week. On that candle right there, okay, we have a doji at resistance with a bearish engulfing candle this week. It's not end of the week, but that's what it's looking like for now. We are holding support for this possible bull flag here. But mind you, we still have bearish divergence. We have resistance at the top of the trend. And we have a bearish divergence, resistance at the top of the trend. And, bearish candles. So we can't forget all that stuff. So where we are now with SPY, we're at this previous breakout level here, 673. Is it 673.94? So 673.94. Okay, that was breakout. Okay, we're holding that right now. We're holding that. Okay, there's a little gap right here. And that gap is at 672.71. All right, and that's where the 20 SMA is exactly at as well. So we haven't hit that yet. I mean, we're pretty close to it, but we haven't hit that yet. Market reversed here. I want to say something positive on here. These are two inverted hammer candles, and we have a bullish engulfing candle. That is technically bullish, but we need to see the market clear this level tomorrow for us to actually be bullish on it. 680.86. Okay, bullish above on the daily. Okay, so above this level, 680.86, we're going to be bullish. Okay, and then we're going to want to head towards this area here, 685. Okay, if we get back above 685, that's good. That's very good. And then we could set up a nice bull flag to fire off next week. Okay, so I do think it's going to be a little difficult getting over that 681. But if we can, it has this little bull flag set up. If it could get up here and break through, our size still above 50. That's good. It's right on 50. Okay, so we'll see here at 683.25 would be our first target when we break out of here, and then 685 would be our next target for that bull flag. Okay. Okay, and that's if we are able to break that 681. That's will be our target. 683.25, 685.80. Okay. Now, if we don't, if we end up selling off and coming to this gap fill, possibility number one is we hit that gap fill and we turn around and we run. Right? Turn around and run, and it does well all day. Comes back in, and then maybe Friday we run. Okay, possibility number two, we lose that 20 SMA. We come back to 667.28. 667.28. Now we cannot lose 663.30. We can't lose this. Cannot lose this. So type on here, can't lose. Okay. Can't lose that. Put that in pink. Okay. So you can't lose this. We could come back down here to 667. But if we come and we lose 663.31, that's no good. That means we're going to come down here. We're going to come down to 658 to 653. And then that's where we're going to bounce in this level. We'll bounce in this level, and then we're going to form that head and shoulders pattern. That's right here. So maybe right here. 654 to 658. So this would be the left shoulder. This would be the head. If this drops past 663.30, then we come down here. We make the head. We bounce here, probably back to about 670, and then set up that right shoulder and then drop it down. Okay. So only reason I'm saying the two options are, we're at the top of the trend. We have bearish divergence. We're having weak price action. Bitcoin already dropped. Okay, Bitcoin dropped, and it fired a head and shoulders on it. Okay, and Bitcoin is looking. Bitcoin moves kind of with the markets, right? Bitcoin's going higher, market's usually going higher. Bitcoin's pulling back, market's usually pulling back. Okay, so identifying this firsthand, okay, we're going to say, all right, Bitcoin try to break out, right? So Bitcoin attempted to break out, and it failed. Failed to break out. New highs 127, failed to break out. Came back here, chopped around for a little bit. Made that head and shoulders that I told you guys about last week. Okay, last week we talked about that head and shoulders. Okay, broke the 108. Got down to 100, holding that so far, having resistance at the 200 SMA where it was previously support. So now, does Bitcoin make a bear flag here and drop it down more? Okay, and if it drops down more, we go 94. Okay. Go 94, 88, and worst case scenario, 78. Okay. So here's that head and shoulders, and if we lose that 100, we go 94, 88. Okay. Worst case scenario, 78. All right. But if that happens, then SPY will be setting up that head and shoulders pattern and will be dropping. And where will that be dropping? We'll be dropping to 648 and 637. Okay, maybe 638. 638 and 648. 648, 638. Okay. And if possibly, worst case scenario, worst case, We go 610. 611, 610. Okay. I think it's 611. 611, yeah. 611. Okay. I would say worse. Worst case. Okay. Okay, worst case, 611. And then from there, we'll get a big bounce back up. Okay, that's we're still only $11 away from all-time highs, right? So, like, $12 away from all-time highs. So, I'm not trying to be extremely bearish or anything here. I'm just saying the possibilities are there. Okay, possibilities are there, so we gotta entertain those ideas. Okay, I hope this holds up and then we break out and this just keeps going to 800 because we got high targets at 712 and 740. But we need to break out this channel, and if we break out this channel, that means a lot. It means a lot. Because if we break out this channel, then this means that this is going to run for a very long time. It's going to run to 800, maybe even 9. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to be putting in the markets. Okay? I mean, that's a lot of money. Okay? We'll at least hit 800 if we break out this channel. Now, we've already ran a lot. We ran a lot this year. We ran a lot. Okay. Where we start the year at? We started the year at 596, and then we dropped it to 481. Okay, so 481. We're at 670 right now. That's huge. 481. We're at 680. So pretty much 50%. We moved 50% in this year for the markets. It's been a good year. It's been a great year. Okay, so pulling back here it could happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm saying it could happen. And 611, even though it looks horrible, it's still a great year. Okay, and you bounce from there, and then we go on to the 700s. But that's if we pull back. There's no guarantee we will. There's a possibility. So then you hedge up. You hedge up. Okay? Hedge up. All right. So what do we think? Well, we need to get above 681 tomorrow. If we could do that, market, it could be in good shape. Okay, if we lose 672 tomorrow, market's in bad shape. Okay, and then we're gonna go to 667, and if we lose that, we're gonna test 664, and if we lose that, we're gonna test that 663, and if we lose that, we're setting up for a bigger drop to that 611. Okay. But again, we know that we have that possible bull flag setting up. But we are in a downtrend still. We're hitting the RSI 50 and rejecting. Okay. So this could be a downtrending channel right here. So we're going to have to break that 681 tomorrow. If we do not break that 681 tomorrow, we open right here and we lose that 675. We're going to be heading down 672, 666, 667. Those are our options. So hedge up. Hedge it up. Because even though we had a strong day today with normal volume, you know, it could just be a trap to get long again and then reject, and then we drop and fall. Okay. So hedge it up. Hedge it up. You know, another possibility is we could have this little inverse head and shoulders, and we fire it up. So this either it's a bull flag or inverse head and shoulders that we could set up to push through. We go 683, 685. We lose 675. Okay, and then we lose 672. Then we're going to 667. All right, pretty simple, right? Okay. So that's my whole view on the market, SPY and ES. Let's go into NQ. Okay. NQ. We can see that bearish divergence on the daily. NQ breakout was right here. Market broke out. Good volume. Came back testing that previous breakout. It's holding it now. It's holding it for now. Okay. Now NQ needs to get back above 25,860. Okay, it's right below that. For this bear or bull flag to be good, we need to be above this level, okay, and holding. So we need to get back above that tomorrow. So again, what did we put in on the daily? Indecision candle. Okay, indecision candle here, indecision candle, and we have to get above tomorrow 25,880. 25,880. Okay, bullish above. All right. Bullish above 25,880. And then that bull flag will get back on and we'll be ready to go. Now, if we lose 25,282, then we're in trouble. Okay. $25,282. We're going to be bearish below. Okay. So 20 SMA needs to hold. Indecision candle. Tomorrow's candle is going to tell us where we go. Do we go up? We break out 25,880. We're good to go, bullish. Or are we going to lose 25,282 and then we're bearish and we're going to go to 2,500 right here. Right here. And if we don't hold that, we go to the 50 SMA. Okay. So we'll go right where it's shaded and see if it holds there or not. Okay. So let's go to a 4 hour. Okay, we're in the same boat here. Got a bull flag there on 4 hour. And it needs to break. So that 25.80. So if it could hold 25.639, then it could set up that bull flag and then break that 25.880, and then we could have a nice big breakout. And if it does break out, we go 26.190. Okay. That's where we go. If we break out there, we break out down. If we go down, we break down. We go here, 25. Okay. That's on the Qs. Pretty simple. Right? Above here, below here. Okay. Check out the Qs. All right, the Qs stopped right at the gap fill today. Okay, the first gap fill, right? We still have another gap fill right here. Bearish divergence, got back under it. We need to still hold 622. 66. That's that's bull flag support. So we want to stay above that level to be bullish. That's bull flag support. Gap filled here. Okay, we still have a gap fill right here at 611. If we do, so this was a bullish engulfing candle. I think so. Let me see. Close 623.28. Yeah. It closed right where this one opened yesterday. So it's a bullish engulfing candle. It's a reversal candle as well. So if we push through, and we could break 326.60. And that tells us we're very bullish. Okay? Very bullish. Now, it's already looking bullish here, but if we could break through over there, okay. And there's another gap on the upside. So, if we break above here, our target's going to be this 629. So we could either move to 629 this week, or we move to 611, possibly 607. Okay, that's a possibility. Okay, so tomorrow we're looking at these areas right here. For the Qs. All right. So that's the SPYs. Those are the Qs. Those are the big time guys. Okay. Let's go to IWM now. Okay, IWM. Bearish divergence here. Okay. It was underneath the RSI 50, but now it's coming back. We got a squeeze forming, a big squeeze. Big squeeze. And we've been going sideways. for a long time, and we're getting close to the lower end of the channel. So maybe not this week, but the next week it'll hit it. Okay, and we see that bearish divergence there. But this also could be setting up for just a R-side reset going sideways, and we could take off. I'm seeing money transfer into a lot of things that maybe the Russell can benefit from. Okay, and we're holding this previous all-time high breakout right there. Let's see here. Change it to. Okay, that high is 244.98. Okay. Okay, so we go to daily. Say the previous high is right here, 244.98. So that's where we're resistance on right there. So right now, the 240 support, 245 resistance. Okay, we stay like this, consolidation. We get over that 245 next week or even this week and hold above. I mean, I think there's a good chance that we could see IWM make some moves. Whether it's going to go down or whether it's going to go up, it's going to make some moves. This squeeze that it's forming is a long squeeze for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Going on its 8th week of going sideways. Okay, I would rather take off next week because we're at the lower end of the channel, whether it's going to drop or it's going to pop. This is one of those ones that even if you don't know which direction it's going to go, which for some odd reason I'm favoring up for the IWM, because I usually favor down for it, but I'm kind of favoring up. But even if you don't know the direction, you could just play strangle or straddle, whichever one you choose, and cut the one that it doesn't go into, and you could make really good play on this. You do a strangle or a straddle on this consolidation sideways. Like I said, I would prefer to do it next week, but it might do this week. I don't know. We got 2 more days. If it doesn't do anything, then I think next week will be the week that it's going to make a move, and that move is going to be either it's going to be $20 to $30 in either direction. Okay. So if we pop up, we're going to probably go 255, maybe even 260 on the run up. If we drop down, we'll probably go 230. Probably go 230 to 230. Probably go 230. Worst case scenario, I think we go 226. Okay. Let me check that real quick. No, I mean, yeah, we'll go 230. And then possibly 226. And then chop around there for a little bit. And then maybe take off. Now we go up. Yeah, let's go back here. We go up. We go 266. So So we go 266, 267 on that push up. We'll go 260 first, then 267. Okay, on that drop. Perfect. We go 226. If we drop, we go 234, 226. So you got a strangle or a straddle on this area right here. Next week, we're going to either break this bearish divergence to the upside and the squeeze going to fire off on the upside, and we're going to take off to 260, 267, or we're going to lose this channel here and drop it to 234, 226. Doesn't matter if you have a strangle or straddle, whichever way you go, you cut the losing one and you're gonna take off. You're gonna take off one way or the other. You're gonna have a massive move. Strangles and straddles work when you have a giant move. This one is setting up for a giant move. Okay, yeah, I mean, just the price action alone, I could see it. I don't think it's ready yet, because if it's going to take off to the upside, the stochastics need to tell me a little bit more, and they're not ready yet. RSI looks ready, but it could just chill at 50 for a little bit. The squeeze is already ready. Just the stochastics, they need to go lower a little bit. Or they need to tell me a little bit more. But I think next week, I think IWM is gonna have a big week. Whether it's a hold on real quick. Sorry, my dogs came in. I think next week, IWM is gonna take off. In whichever direction. Now, again, remember, if we are above 245, we're gonna take off. If we're below 245, we're still in iffy land. Now we're below 240. We're in bearish land, right? So this is your chop area. This is your chop area. Right here. Chop. Okay, we get above 246. We're gonna run it to 252. Okay, we get below 240. We're gonna drop it to. First, we'll drop it to 237, then 234. Okay, so I'm always technically like bearish on IWM, but for some reason I don't know what has gotten into me, but I just think that because it's been lagging so much in the overall markets and doing absolutely nothing, I think it has a chance to go. I do, but we'll see, because a lot of industrial stuff and small cap companies, I think they're gonna come up in this new idea of AI and stuff. I think they're going to benefit in very good ways. So I think that's going to propel them up, but we'll see. I mean, if it goes down, it goes down. I'm gonna do a straddle on it. So I'm not worried about what direction it goes. Of course, I have my bias, but otherwise, I don't really care. So whichever way it goes, I'm just gonna get ready and close the other one out, and then let it run. So, very simple, but yet effective way. Very simple but effective way. Okay, and that's only when you get a long consolidation stock, where it's coming to a situation where it has to make a move. So maybe not this week. It might do it this week. I don't know, but I'm feeling like it might do it next week, because it also has another week if it really wanted to. So I would just set it up next week, and or maybe the end of this week. I don't know. And then I think it's gonna make a move, $20 to $30 move, either way. So that's my take on IWM. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on it. Okay, don't let it don't let it don't let it make a move without you. Okay. All right. DIA. DIA next. Okay. So DIA already made its move. Okay, it had this long consolidation right here, and then it made its move. Okay, it had this consolidation where 464, and then went it to 680. Okay, that was a nice little $16 move. Okay, now it's setting up a bull flag, and it needs to get back above 473.43, but otherwise the bull flag looks fine if it could get above that. If not, we're gonna come back to visit 467. Okay. Some more. All right. So that's DIA. So, I mean, we could pretty much see this, support. And then now it's here below that support. We need to get back above that. Our side's trying to get above that 50. So, it needs to get back above that and hold, and then we could go. But otherwise, it's still in a bear flag situation. Has a 1 hour bull flag, though. 1 hour bull flag. So see if it could get back above 473 and actually push. All right. All right. First one of the day. AMD, huh? All right, AMD. AMD had earnings. They blew it out the waters. All right. They blew it out the waters, earnings. They blew it off the waters, and they dropped to the 20 SMA and ran all day today. Okay. Oh, we didn't end up gap filling. I thought we were going to open up at the gap fill and then run up. But opened up at the 20 and ran up. Okay. So, remember, AMD broke out of this channel. Okay. It broke out of this big channel right here. Let me delete that. Broke out of this big channel. Let me go back and see here. Okay. Broke out of this big channel. Okay, and it's holding that channel. Okay. And this is a reason why I'm still bullish on stock is because as long as we hold the above that channel, this thing has potential to 310. Okay. We already hit our other targets, 256, 263. Okay. All right. All right. See here. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm sorry. I got this thing right here. All right. So, as long as we stay above this channel here, break out that channel. We held it, pushed above, came here. We're still near it, but we're still above it. We're still good. What do we need to do? We need to get above 256 because that's obviously where resistance is at. Okay, we can see that perfectly. 256.32. That's where our target was, and that's where resistance is now. If we could get back in there, we get back in this, and then we could get past 263.40, then we can start making a run for it. So let's see here. We have a bull flag setting up right underneath there, 256. So if that could break it through, we could go to that 263 and try it again. Okay, everything looks good on it overall. Okay, hourly, same thing. Setting up, as long as we could break through that 259, we get to 263 and more. Okay, where's the target here? For this bull flag, if it has a big breakout here, 270. 270 from this bull flag, we could get 270. Okay, if that happens, then we'll be on our way to 300. All right, now if we lose this channel, different story. Then we got problems. Okay, then we come back down here to 215, 220. So we don't want to lose that channel. All right. But overall, still like AMD. Still long it. Still haven't sold out of it. It's still good. All right. PBR consolidation sideways, been going crazy for a long time here. You know, it's consolidating there. It needs to stay above that 1197 area. Squeeze forming. You got earnings. Tomorrow after the market. So look, earnings are always 50-50. So I don't know the stocks. I don't know the stock. I don't know their history. From what the chart says, you know, it's holding where it needs to hold, and it could do well. But earnings is 50-50. So all I have to say about that. I mean, would I bet on it? Yeah, let's see. Brazil. Yeah, that's a hard one. If it has good earnings, it could possibly come back here to 1440. 1450. Has bad earnings, it's gonna go down to 973. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would play it, honestly. I just, it's 50-50 shot, and the chart's telling me the same thing. So I mean, it's up to you what you want to do, but you know, from the daily chart it looks good, but higher time frames look neutral. Okay. Okay, next one here. Okay, here. Move that. Okay. All right, this stock here looks good. looks good. We got our side bouncing on 50. Got a nice bull flag sitting on support, looking good. Okay, targets. Okay, targets here. It breaks out. This is a bullish pennant, so it breaks out. The first target's going to be 40. So it breaks out of this downtrend, this descending triangle, pretty much. It breaks out of that. Well, the first target actually is going to be 36.89, then 40, and then if it passes 40, then we could go 47 and more, and 55. Overall, looks good. Okay. TW is going sideways. Sideways. Consolidation right here. So this box. Okay, box. Okay. Our side has a bullish divergence on it with his poking its head over 50, squeeze forming. And it's gonna go sideways until earnings. 11.11. So you got two resistance levels here. You are above the 200 and the 20, but then you got the 100 and the 50 right here. So it might try to get over that, but I think it's in consolidate for the next week until earnings. Grab nice bull flag here. We had a consolidation here, broke out, sitting on 550. This one has a downward channel on it here. Still bull flag though. Okay, so a lot of resistance at the moving averages right here, 20 and 50 SMA. Holding that 100 SMA. As long as it holds 550, it's good. I think it still has room to go, but you need to clear that 630. And in order to do that, you got to clear 611 first to get out of this channel, and then you'll try that 630. And then above that 630, then you could go to 7 and 8. Needs to hold that 550 though. Okay. NVO. Okay. NVO has earnings already today in the morning. Okay. They did not beat. Okay, they dropped. They drops. It dropped and then was bought up. Now, this is based off news tomorrow and somewhat charts. So we'll clear this out. Let's go down here. All right. All right, so we had previous support right here before we had that big run up, right? We had that consolidation zone, and then we had that big, huge run up, and then we hit that 148, sold off. Okay. So now it's consolidating inside of this previous consolidation zone. That's good. Okay. We had buyers here. Now we have buyers here. All right. So now, what do we have here? This is a potential double bottom, okay, with a little divergence here, setting up, possible, okay. That looks good. Okay, we have that little double bottom reversal possibly there. Okay. We had earnings today. Okay, we had earnings today. And we gap filled. Okay, we gap filled this right here. We gap filled. Okay. And then we reversed earnings, and then we had a bullish engulfing candle. So, what is that? This is a reversal candle. Okay, we had 282% today. So we have a potential double bottom with a bullish engulfing candle off of a strong support from years and years and years and years. All right. I feel like it's a no-brainer buy. So I bought it today. Okay. Bought it today, and also it's supposed to come out with news tomorrow with President Trump and Eli Lilly. So if that is positive, there's a double bottom off a hard support from years and years and years. This is a buy just in itself, but put on news on top of it and a potential for a nice reversal. It's I don't understand why you wouldn't buy it. So even if you're taking on the risk, it's a no-brainer to take the risk too. So I mean, how far lower can it go? We're at a strong monthly support with a potential double bottom. Unless this company's going out of business, which I doubt it because they're teaming up with Eli Lilly. I say it's an easy buy. Easy buy. Easy buy. Should have bought more. Okay, maybe I'll buy more tomorrow. See where that news doesn't come out until a little bit later. So I'll have time to buy some more. All right, that's that. Okay. Okay. What's that? Oh, and okay. Nokia's a leap. You don't trade this stock. You don't trade it. You don't look at it. You don't do anything. You buy leap on it and forget about it. That's it. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything for a long time. Probably go sideways for the next 2 months, 3 months. It's not going to do nothing. You buy a leap on it and you forget it. You buy a leap that's 2 years out, a year out, 3 years out. Buy a leap on this and forget about it. Forget you own it. Forget you even have it. Forget you even know what NOK is. Forget it. Just forget it. That's it. That's all you have to do. It will pay you in the long term. Right now, it's not going to do anything. Does it look good? Yes, it looks good. It looks good for the long term. That's all I'm going to say about that. Buy it and forget. Okay, Riot. Riot is consolidating sideways, chopping. Okay, it looks good, but it needs to break this level 24. Okay, RSI had a bearish divergence. It broke it, but came back down underneath 50. Squeeze forming. It's still holding uptrend. Still holding all this. It's still bullish unless it loses 1850. It loses 1850, and then you got problems. And you're going to go to $16. But as long as you're consolidating, this is going to go sideways for a little while. And then, this is another one that you buy and forget. So it tends to do nothing. It tends to do nothing and then have big moves sometimes. It's not looking for any big moves right now. So it's in that path of doing nothingness. Okay. So it looks good for long term, but right now it's going to go sideways. It's not going to do anything. It's on the lower end. It could bounce there, sure. You could have, a $1 to $2 move here. Go to 20, 21, maybe. Okay, but this is going to go sideways for a while. So here you go. This is what you do. You buy at the bottom, you sell at the mid. Okay, you could buy here, it's going to go to 21. Okay, sell there. If it goes higher, then it goes higher. But whatever. If it gets up here to 23, buy puts because it's going to come back to 21. Okay, you could sell there, or if you want to take a risk of going into 19, sure, but it's probably going to consolidate up here. It's going to consolidate down here. So buy at the bottom, sell in the mid. Buy at the top, sell at the mid. That's all you do with that because that's going to go sideways for a while. Okay, IBIT is Bitcoin. So I kind of explained to you already what Bitcoin was doing overall. So again, we had an inside day, and we're resisting the 200 SMA here. We need to get above the 200 SMA, and then get back above 61, 63. If not, if this loses it because of this head and shoulders pattern that fired, because we need to get back above that head and shoulders pattern for this to be bullish again. If it doesn't, we go 55. Okay. Okay. Tesla. All right, Tesla. Tesla is consolidating in between 440 and 470. Okay, we tried to break out 2 days ago, Monday. Try to break out. We broke out and then failed, and then gapped down, sold off, hit the 20 SMA. Okay, and then today hit that 440, reversed, and had a great day. It's possible that we chop until this runs out, and then we could go. Okay, we could chop here, chop there, and then next week we take off. Okay, that's a possibility. And I think this area here is that choppiness, and this is going to be the the level here. So we already hit that. Okay, we're going to hold that. We're probably going to revisit. We could revisit 465. If we hold 460, we could revisit 465 tomorrow. Maybe even go a little higher, but I'm not sure that it breaks out this week. I feel like this is going to chop tomorrow. We're going to be in between 460 and 465. And then maybe we get a little higher. And then Friday, we're going to be in the same area. Maybe we go higher Friday or lower, right? Or maybe we go to 468, maybe we're going to go to 469 tomorrow. And then Friday, we come back down to 465 or even 460. Okay, but do I want Tesla to break out? Yes, 100%. You know, I'm long 500 calls for like a couple weeks out. Okay, when this breaks out that 471 and 472, yes, we're gonna go to 500. Yes, but it's probably not gonna do it until next week. Does it look good? Yes. Hit that 440, held it, ran up. Okay, it's back in the chop area here. Okay, we see here, this was a chop area and lost it. We came here, this was a chop area, then lost it. Here, we're going to chop here. Then we're kind of trying to push. And then next week, we're probably going to take off. That's my view on Tesla. I'm very bullish still. But I'm not sure it's going to go this week. If it does, hallelujah. Great. Awesome. Works for me. The less time it takes to get to 500, the better. But I'm a realist, and the market is not going to be that easy. Okay. If it does, great. Happy for everybody. But otherwise, I don't think it happens. Okay. I don't think it sells off as well. If it does, we need to hold that 440. You know, because overall, we do have a bull flag here setting up on the weekly. Okay. That bull flag on the weekly is good. Okay. You know, that breakout here, you know, I would love to see it follow through. I'd love to see it follow through because I do not want this to end our week. Because if it ends our week as indecision candle, you know, that just opens up for a drop next week or a run, which I think it's going to run. But, you know, given the state of the market and what it's doing and everything, I just, you know, you don't want to have that risk. Okay. So I'd rather us break out. Okay, so daily looks good. you know, last time we gapped down, we ran up the next day too. So hopefully that happens here. Hopefully that same exact thing happens. But again, if it doesn't, it's going to stay in between these two. All right. Neo. All right, Neo. Okay, Neo is hitting that previous high here. Okay, put in a hangman on last month. Okay. Okay. How's the squeeze firing up? RSI above 50. That's good. Okay. Got a little cup and handle on the weekly. That's good. Overall looks good. Overall. Overall, this can go. Okay. 975 and 12 for the cup and handle, but I don't think it takes off soon. I think it takes a little while. I think it consolidates because it's a monthly and a weekly time frame that it actually looks the best. Right here, it looks whatever. So this is probably going to come right here and then drop. Yeah, this is hard resistance right here. 760. So I think this is a rising wedge, and then it's going to come up here to 750, and then it's going to drop back down to 650, and then consolidate, and then you're going to see it's maybe in the next couple weeks, then it's going to take off. But who knows? Maybe it takes off now. But that's just my thoughts. So I recommend buying long term on this and letting it just patiently waiting for it to break out. Because trying to play weeklies on this, I mean, I wouldn't. I know they're cheap, but I would only play on it if it breaks out already. Then I would play on those weeklies on it. But otherwise, longs. Cool. Anything else? No. I mean, look at the price movements on it. It's so small. I would buy longs only. But it looks good overall. Looks great for a long-term investment. Okay, PayPal. PayPal, been in this box forever. Okay, so we have the middle box. We have the upper ranges and the lower ranges. Okay, well, if history has taught us anything, it's a buy here. Okay, so it's a buy here, and it's going to be a sell at 70. You could try it for more. But this is a lot of resistance here. At 70, 60. You know, if it took off for earnings here, and then immediately died down, came back here to buyer support. Okay, found some buyers, nice bullish engulfing, on low volume though. Um, so they're just probably hanging. They're just consolidating it. So you're gonna stay in this range. So buy here, sell here. Okay, buy puts here, buy calls here. Okay. All right. UAL, American Airlines. Okay, cup and handle. We mentioned that last time, right? Yeah, nice cup and handle. You know, this is another one where, you know, it needs to stay above 93.50. Okay, so we know that it needs to stay above 93.50. Okay, has a bull flag set up. Okay. 31. 145. Okay, so longer term. Okay, we have 131 and 145 as our targets longer term. Okay, we actually have 120. 120 as our target for this bull flag here. Boom, 120 and then 131. For this bigger bull flag here, we have 145. Okay, so and this is monthly. Okay, so you go weekly. You know, this is setting up. It looks like a nice setup. Looks like a nice setup. Looks like a nice setup. Squeeze. Our side getting back above 50. Stochastics are ready. Stochastics are ready. I like that. Stochastics are ready. Our side getting above 50. That's ready. Squeeze setting up. Turning around. That's good. Overall, this is a nice swing. This is a nice long. I like this long. I would get probably January calls or more or longer. Especially the holidays are coming up. We got Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. You know, people take a lot more flights during this time. So, you know, obviously profits are probably going to be up more during the holidays. So, yeah, I like it. I like it long. UAL looks great. Okay. Okay. MRK. MRK had earnings. Okay, did nothing. Okay, this thing has just been kind of just chopping. Chopping. This one is a long. Just buy and hold it. This one. Buy and hold this one. Why? Because it was stuck right here. Okay. Once we get past 90.81, okay, we still have a bull flag here. Once we get past that 90.81, this thing's gonna fly. It's gonna fly. It's gonna fly at 100, and then 102, and then 115. So buy long and hold, and we could revisit those 130s. Okay, but right now it's chop fest galore. It's just a buy long and hold. Okay. Okay. Netflix. All right. So Netflix, we dropped out. Okay. Okay. My target for it was 1032, but this could hold here. And it says 1064.50. So 1064.50. Okay. All right. So Netflix, it has a little bullish divergence. Okay, it's almost to that area there. It announced a 10-to-1 split. Okay, so that's going to help it. So right now it's going sideways off of this level here. Okay, right now it's going sideways there. It's in this little box area here. Netflix needs to get back above. Let me see here. Yeah, Netflix needs to get back above 1160. But most likely it's gonna chop around here. If it can't get past that 200 SMA, it's gonna just chop. Right. Oh shit. It's gonna chop. Right here. Maybe a little higher. That's it. Right here. It's going to chop and chop, 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 chop. Okay, if it can't get past that 200 SMA, it's just going to chop sideways. Might hit 1,064.50. That would be a buy area there. Okay, unless it loses it and goes to 1032. But I don't think it will because of that 10-to-1 split. Saved it. I think it's chop around. Okay, I think it's gonna chop around. So I'd be cautious on that one. Okay. All right, what's next here? All right, LMND. Okay. So this one killed it today. Killed it today on those calls. Nice little payout. Nice little lunch. Okay. It did hit my target here, 79.50. Now let's see, where can it go from here? Okay. All right. So if we pull back, we'll pull back to 73 area. Okay. And if that holds, then it will be a nice little bull flag. But if we keep going, go 85, 85, 85 and 90 are possibles. Okay, high target on this one is 119.50. Okay. But we'll see how it goes tomorrow. We had a breakout today. The breakout today, had a nice breakout today. But can we continue? If it continues, then we're going to go this way. Okay. If we pull back and hold this area, we can still go these two. But it'll take a lot longer if we get to that 119. But if we just keep going, this breakout just keeps pushing. We had 554%. 13 million shares off of a daily average of 2.4 million. That's a lot. That's a lot. So if this keeps going, we'll be 85.90. We will. But if not, we'll be 72. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but nice. That was a nice one. It was a nice one. Okay, it was a nice one today. All right, the one that keeps paying us, BE. BE been paying us since what, the low 50s? Oh no, we sold in the 50s. We got in this one in the 40s or 30s, something like that. We sold the 55. And this one just been a monster. Okay, it's been kind of struggling right here at 144. It's been struggle bus. But this is a bull flag. We did get 2 failed breakouts, but it keeps trying. I'm not giving up on it yet. It's been very good to me. It's been very good to us. So, not giving up on it yet. But it does need to clear this 145. 144. It's 144.20. Okay. It does need to clear that. Okay, and if it does clear it, we go 160. Okay. All right. Otherwise, it's going sideways. It's bull flag setup. Okay. All right, NBIS. You know, you could argue that this could be a double top or a triple top, actually. But RSI still holding above 50. It's going sideways. It's probably going to keep going sideways because earnings is coming up on the 11th. So it's going to consolidate till the 11th. And, earnings are 50-50. And being up here, I don't really know much about the company. Has a nice bull flag on the weekly and the monthly. But again, 50-50 on earnings overall. I like it still, but there you go. You got earnings coming up. That's your big event. Okay, coin. Okay, coin. Coin potentially downtrend here. Okay, they had this uptrend that we lost yesterday, and then we closed below 315 yesterday, and today we had a little indecision candle because now it doesn't know. Yesterday it wanted to drop and go to 300, and then today it said, "Wait a minute, I'm holding 315. I don't know if I want to drop yet." So the indecision candle is gonna tell us tomorrow. So 324.14. Be bullish above. Okay, we're gonna be bullish above that if we could clear that. Okay, we're gonna be bullish above that if we could clear that. Okay, and then 310.84. 310.84. That's gonna be bearish below. Bearish below. Okay. So you cleared 324.14. You're gonna go to 334. Okay, $10 move. All right. And if you don't, and you lose 310.84, then you're gonna go to 300. All right. So that's the dealio. That is the dealio. Okay, LLY. Okay, LLY has been, been paying us we got in here, right? We got in here, I think, and we've been getting paid every day. We got paid hard today, very hard today. Okay. Now, it's we have a big wick at our target of 350. Okay. We have a big breakout on our weekly. Here we got our bull flag fired, and we got a descending triangle breakout. Okay, we got a big monster monthly bull flag breakout. Okay, so tomorrow there's an event, and it's I mean, it's not an event, but it's a announcement. Tomorrow we got an announcement, And if that announcement is positive for ELLY, then this one should go to 1,000. Okay, it should go to 1,000. It's based on the event. Okay, the breakout, everything looks great. All the breakout, everything looks great. This is long. It's probably gonna go. Lily. We're gonna go 1,100 first target. Okay. Second target is gonna be 1,250. Okay. These are longer term because this is a monthly chart. Longer term. Okay. Weekly, we got 950. We got 1,000. Okay. Before that 1,000, we should hit 972.50. 972.50. Okay. So we should hit that 972.50 before we hit the 1,000. Once we hit that 1,000, we should we're probably gonna push up higher to 1030 or 1050 once we hit that 1,000. Okay. So this week, I'm thinking we do hit 972.50, and then potentially hit 1,000. If we hit that 1,000, though, we're probably gonna hit 1030 to 1050. But again, it doesn't come with no risk. Tomorrow's event could be trash because it's already ran so much, but it's running because it's broken out of. So if tomorrow's event is good, then this is going to just potentially push it higher because it broke out and there's an event. Okay. So so there you go. Right? There you go. All right. Next, BA. BA. Okay, BA earnings dropped it out of this bullish pennant. Okay, dropped it. Now, we have a bullish divergence, and then we have a bottoming tail reversal candle. Tomorrow, I'm expecting BA to push over 200 and go to 202. Maybe even a little bit more, 204. If it could do that, then BA has the potential to push back to 212. And if it could do that, we get back inside the bullish pennant and we break out to the upside. So, if we do this, BA, you want to add to your longs, add to your leaps, because this bull flag here, right? Bull flag. Yeah, I'll go on the monthly. Looks a little bit better. There we go. This bull flag here looks great. We reverse here and come back here. That's the bottom of that bull flag, and this is any setup. And then we're gonna go 255, 277 in the next few months, because this is a monthly. So it's gonna be the next by the end of the year, we should be in the 260s, 270s. Okay, so January 260 calls I like, and next year 300 calls. I said BA next year is gonna be in the 300s. Okay, and I think now's the time to buy. Now is the time to buy. So again, if tomorrow we go like this, that's telling you that we are reversing. Okay. So BA, watch out for it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So for the lottos, you already know. If we go to 205, the lottos look good. So we'll look at here. Okay, we'll look at. Oh shoot, let's go. Why did I get the lottos today? You ask. Why? Why did you get the lottos, Steve? Why did you get the 200 lottos? Well, we got a bullish divergence on the hourly. RSI is above 50. Okay. All right. That's a big one. Okay. What else? Okay. Right here we have another bullish divergence, right? Just in these two. Nice bullish divergence there. Okay. Nice here. So I think tomorrow we could get to 202. So 202. Okay. And then by Friday, I think we could get to 205, 206. If we don't do it all tomorrow, I think there's a possibility that we can do it all tomorrow. But if not, then I say by Friday. And if that happens, what's the case? It's the case to buy long and add to your longs. Add to your longs and buy longs if we do that. Simple as that. Why? Because what happens if we do that? We get back above the 200 SMA. And it's even better. Let me see. Yeah, this is a gap down. This is a gap down. It's even better if we gap up a little bit. If we gap up a little bit, it's money. So if we do like one of these little gap ups here, gap up and goes, gap up and go to that 202 or 205, whatever we go to, we gap up, and as long as we're above this 200.26, as long as we're above that, as long as we're above that, golden, okay? And then we get back above 212, that's it. That's all she wrote. It's time to run. All right? So do I like BA here? Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, man. UNH, trash stock. Trash stock. Stop trading it. Just stop trading it. It's a trash stock. Just stop trading it. I told you guys when it was over here, it's a trash stock. Trash stock. Trash. Stop trading it. Trash. Okay, now you're coming to this gap fill here. You're not gonna stop dropping until you get to this little guy right there. So 321. It's a trash stock. Squeeze firing down. RSI underneath 50. Stochastic's down. Trend is down. Breaking lows. It's a trash stock, my friend. No good. It's going to 321. Going to 321.65. Okay, maybe there it bounces, but you're going to bounce at 336, and then you're going to consolidate in this area. No good stock. There's other things better out there. Other better things out there. Things that are better. Okay? All right. Walmart, a disappointment. Very big disappointment. Okay? I was one that said, okay, we broke it out. We're going to run to 111 and 114. We set up a bull flag, and then we ended up tanking. Back to where? Back here. To this consolidation zone. Okay, you got a little bounce here on that lower end of support, and that 100 SMA. We got a bounce there, and now it's consolidating between the 150 SMA. Another trash stock that I just don't like. Okay. So, this was a disappointment. It was a big giant breakout too. We could see that. Okay. Big breakout on good volume, and then boom. Right back reversed in there. So, this is no good. Whenever this is a false breakout and reverse, might be chopping around here. It might fall some more. I don't know, but I wouldn't trade the stock until it was back above 105.30 and holding, and deciding to push. But otherwise, we're at the 20 SMA holding. But if it loses that 100, we go back down here to 96, 97. Right here. Right there. Okay. Otherwise, just stay away from it. I'm not trading it anymore. I learned my lesson. Learn my lesson. Okay. Disney. Okay. You know, I'm not really mad at this right here. It's not looking too bad actually. So we got a gap here, but we're nowhere near those. Okay. So unless this earning completely tanks, which is next week, exactly next week, next Wednesday. If this earnings completely tanks it, I don't think it will. I kind of like what I'm seeing right here because it's actually a falling wedge. Actually, a falling wedge on Disney here. Falling wedge, and it's getting tight. It's getting really tight to the right. Okay, it's getting tight, and by the time the earnings comes, it's going to be real tight right here. It's going to be real tight, and it's going to make a move, a big move. So I think earnings for Disney is a play. Okay, I'm thinking it goes higher, but I don't know. It's Disney. Disney kind of disappoints a lot too, but last earnings, dropped. Okay, it beat earnings, then dropped. Disney just bought an NFL team that they're gonna be in Orlando NFL team. That's crazy, right? Yeah. So, I think they're good. I think they're projected to do good, and I think their earnings should come up. I know Netflix took a hurt, and I think Disney's gonna learn from that. And I think Disney earnings might save the stock. It's been really wild ride here, really roller coaster. Okay, but I do like this bull flag. It's on the monthly actually. I do like it. I do like it a lot. I like it a lot. Nice bull flag here. Okay, nice big strong candles here. Okay, going sideways. With the little W pattern. With the bull flag, little cup and handle to action. I like it. I like it a lot. I always talk crap on Disney because I don't like the stock because it chops around a lot and it just fades. It'll have like big months and then fade. Okay, and that's fine. Whatever, do what you want. But I think it's setting up for a pop. And if we could get past that 124, we'll go 150, 193. I think this will be a $200 stock again. I do. I think it will be. I think it will be a $200 stock again. And this here setup, either it's going to go this year, or it's going to go next year. So I would buy 150 leaps for 2 years out. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. January 2027, 150 leaps, $4 all day. They got January 2028s too, 150s, $8.95, $9. Those ones could, but I would rather probably get 170s for 2028, and then I'll do 150s for January 2027, and they're both gonna hit because I think by 2028 we will see 200. So that 170s will be in the money. So the only reason why I say that is because if we look at this consolidation here, it's getting tighter and tighter. Okay, so if we don't go this year, okay, we're getting tighter next year. We're getting the tightest next year. We should go next year for sure. Then we get that 150, and then we get that 200 by 2028. So, but I do like, um, it longer term. But I do like that it's consolidating very tightly on the lower end of the downtrending channel, and it's setting up a squeeze. It's setting up a nice right at the 50. I think this is a play. I think it is. So thanks for bringing up Disney so I could force myself to like it because it looks good. It looks good. I need to remove my bias. It looks good. Disney. Potential nice play. And if it goes from 100 to 200 in 2 years, that double your money, and it will probably 5x or 6x. No, maybe even more. 5 to 6x. I would say 6 to 7x your options. Okay, so you got kids, buy some long-term Disney calls for them right now or next week, and just let them have it, and they'll probably college whatever have money for that. Okay, easy money, and then after you make all that money on the options, just buy the stock in it or whatever dividend stocks that you want for it. Okay. It's a good play. All right. Circle. Okay, Circle. What disappointment. Circle was almost broke out and then fizzled out. Okay, it's right here on this previous support area here. But it got beat by crypto because crypto Bitcoin fell. So this one. So here, this is an area. This is the area. This is a previous support here and previous support here. So between 105 and 112, it's a good area to buy. But it's probably gonna consolidate here for a little bit until the earnings. So it's going to be around this zone until earnings. But I do think it's a good area. If you want the stock, it's a good area. But other than that, there are better things out there. Okay. Oracle gap filled here. Okay, gap filled. There's another gap filled down here, but I don't think it does that. Oracle gap filled there, and then it's putting in an indecision candle with a bullish engulfing candle, which is a good thing. So I think this turns. It has a possibility to turn. So it needs to get back up over 260 though. So needs to clear that 260. If it can clear that 260, then this has a chance to come back up. Okay, has a chance to come back up and come back and do that. So longer term. Oh, we had a false breakout here. That's never good. A false breakout. We need to hold that 248. Need to hold that 248, and then this could come back over the next month or two, and the bull flag on the weekly and monthly could be strong. But we need over that 260 first. Okay. Microsoft. So Microsoft looking like a double top at the moment. And that's never good to see, especially on a big player like Microsoft, but it's looking like a double top at the moment. we talked about this last week, and we said, earnings came out, and if it opened up at the gap fill, that we would go over 530. Okay, it kind of did that in the beginning, and then it freaking sold off. And then it just continued on down. So where are we at now? We're on its last support. So if Microsoft does not hold this, then we are coming down to 500. Yeah. So if Microsoft doesn't hold this area where it's at, it's going down 500. And then this would be a double top, and then could even drop even more. So that being said, yeah, let's start and look like a double top. It could come all the way down to 467. And now this is interesting, right? Because if that happens, then that's giving the argument that if Microsoft double top, then the overall market in general should be pulling back. Okay. So, but then that confuses you, right? Because AMD looks strong. Okay. But Microsoft doesn't look strong. I mean, Microsoft has, a huge push up, and then consolidation sideways for a while. Let's clear this out. So, this sideways consolidation. So I think it could go back to 490. Okay, it could consolidate in here till 490, right? And then this could be just a monthly bull flag setting up, right? That could be it. So we could just come back down to 490 and then be chopping around between 490 and 535. We could be doing that, okay? But if not, we're going to come back down, I would say, to 470. Yeah, 470 is right here. Okay, so 470. So we're going to go to 500, it looks like, but so consolidation. So monthly consolidation is huge on the daily. Okay, that's fine. Double top on the daily. Okay, we probably dropping back down to 490. Okay, if we do that, if we lose that, then 470. But it's still overall bullish. Okay, I know it's hard to say that when it's dropped down. Where was it? Where are we at? 553 to 5. So it dropped over 50 points down in like 2 weeks. It's hard to say that this is still bullish overall, right? But the monthly chart looks extremely bullish. This is a straight bull flag. Okay, we're just consolidating. It looks extremely bullish. And I'm still very bullish on Microsoft. Even if we get down to 470, I'd be a buyer for 600 calls. Okay? Because it's only go to 650 eventually. Maybe not right now. Maybe not this year. Next year, for sure. For sure next year. Okay? Okay. All right. Meta. Okay, Meta. I think Meta's gonna gap fill the 608. Okay, but again, it has a hammer candle and it has a indecision candle. Here's your indecision candle. Okay, so I have to tell you. Above 642.23, bullish above. Okay, bullish above. Okay, and then bearish below 626.54. So that is that. Okay. Bullish above 642.23. We could probably make a move back to the 200 SMA and see if it could take that, if it could get back over it. Okay, because right now it's rejecting it and falling. Okay, and if not, bearish below to 608.64. Okay. Okay. Get in a little late. Let's see here. All right. All right. Let me see here. ST. Okay. ST had earnings, beat earnings, and dropped. Okay, got to this area of support right here and held. Today we got a bullish engulfing candle, okay, and potential to go to 61.60, which is here, but I think we'll break through that and we'll go to 64, and we'll gap fill probably 65, but I don't think we'll get past that. We'll probably stop right there. Okay, so why did I jump in and why did I buy it? Massive bullish divergence. Okay, right at that support area 57, we have that massive bullish divergence. RSI is over 50. Trend change. Everything looks just gorgeous. Stochastics, squeeze, everything looks great. Got in those lottos, the 60 lottos. Okay, RSI on the 4 hour needs to hit 50. Hasn't yet. Okay, we got this 4 hour bull flag that's going to fire, and when it fires, we go 62. We go 62, and actually, right there, 62.10, and then 64. Then 64. Okay. So, yeah, looks great. Looks amazing. I love it. Should have bought more. Looks good. It's going to do well. ST. Great. All right. DE. Okay, DE. DE rallied up from where we said the falling wedge was. Rallied up. It hit our 200 SMA, which is at 282. Put in a hanging man, shooting star, fell. Boom. To our support area at 459. Held it. Held the 20 SMA. Two strong candles. Boom, boom. RSI reset. Held that 50. Okay, this thing, nice bull flag, perfect setup above 468, looks beautiful. Okay, once we get past that 484, we should rally on up to 500. Okay, nice bull flag, looks great. Above 468.28, you got no problems. LLY already did. Okay. Google just consolidating in this bull flag. Okay, it needs above 286, and then it pushes to 291. If it breaks at 291, we go 300. Okay. Bearish divergence broke. Looks good. Bull flag looks good. It's just setting up for a bull flag. That's it. Simple, simple, simple. J&J. Bull flag still set up. We're just consolidating right here on that monthly breakout. We need to hold above that 86.69. Okay, RSI is below 50, but it could come over right away. Squeeze is firing down, but we're going sideways. Doesn't really count. Stochastics coming down. We're going sideways. Nothing really matters. When the market's going, or the stock is going sideways, and these things are doing this, this doesn't matter. Okay. It's just going sideways. It needs to hold these levels that it needs to be at 186.69, but it's just going sideways right now. If we lose it, we got that 50 SMA, maybe it bounces back up. If we lose that 50 SMA, then we have a problem. Okay. Okay, Lay's is consolidating in the sideways. A nice bull flag setup. It's just in the chop zone. It needs above 685, and then we could be bullish again. Below 580 is bearish, but I think it just goes sideways. RSI is bouncing on 50. I think this just needs time, and it will go. NVTS, okay, hit an area at 946. I think it holds that and it comes back up. We need to hold that to be bullish still. We need to get back over 11 and then 1313. I think it gap filled here. I think it hit this previous strong support. I think it needs to turn around and go up from here, and that will be good. Okay. VRT. Okay, slight divergence there. Okay, but as long as it holds above 183.50, should be good. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, there's your channel. Okay, there's your bullish channel. So as long as it respects that channel, you're going to keep going. Target would be 210. Okay. If you break down, target is 171. But it looks good, like it's going to go up. All right. Okay. RDDT. Okay. RDT chopping around sideways in this sideways consolidation. Okay, R side is below 50, squeeze forming, but I think it just holds this. If it rejects here, then you're going to the 200 SMA down here and your gap filling. But if you could hold that 193.75, you're going to be inside this chop area. Okay. Is that FI or FL? Okay, so FI looks like a crap. Looks like crap. Looks like crap. Well, falling knife. Completely falling knife. It's no good. It looks horrible. Horrible. Looks like somebody did something really wrong. Go to 2. Okay. This looks like it's still going to 55.64. Okay. All right, guys. I did everything. I already went over Bitcoin, so I'm not going to do it again. But thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you guys next week. I hope I answered everybody's questions and got through everything. Have a good night, guys.